Okay, ready? All right. 1, 2, 3.
Welcome back, everyone!
Welcome back. It's been a minute, right?
Oh my god, it's been forever, man.
Oh my god, we're actually really nervous.
I'm like shaking. I'm so excited for this. We've been waiting, we've been trying to organise this for so long, but actually getting together and doing it.
Yeah.
And now we've built a structure, so we're literally going to be giving you guys everything that you need. We're going to be discussing God knows what.
Yeah, and now we are going to be officially on Spotify this time round, baby.
We made it, yes!
So yes, this is season 2 of Plonkcast, and if you have never been here before, Plonkcast is all about women and striving in life and making sure that we are positive and keeping all of that hard working bodies. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but basically it's all about, I don't know, just enjoying life as a woman, but also men are more than welcome as well. We're going to have some male guests as well.
That's it.
But yeah, it's just all about empowerment and feeling the positive vibes and talking about life and society and just going crazy, getting deep for the chat. But it's called Plonkcast because we actually do have something to plonk, which is today on the menu.
Well, for those who actually saw us on the first season, we always started with a plonk. That's just how it goes. So I would say, if you've not been here before, go grab yourself a drink, even if it's a cup of tea or something.
Yeah, doesn't have to be alcohol.
Doesn't have to be alcohol. Go get yourself an apple juice or something.
Yeah.
But we always start with a plonk. It's just tradition.
Nice plonk. Choo, there we go. See,
that always is so satisfying.
I feel like that sets the episode off every single time. But yeah, as you can see, we're in a new location as well. If you've never been here, this is the first location. But we're actually in my nan's house. This house has been here for 40 years and we're in the back room. Is it still daylight out? But we managed to get those blackout curtains.
Yeah.
And my nan's sacred plant that I've already been told off for moving. You know.
Yeah.
But that's grandmother's for you. But yeah, so we've got so much to catch up on.
So it has been. I don't know if you know, but the last episode we had out was the 1st of November, 2022.
That was our
Halloween one. Yeah.
Jesus. So it's 2024 now. April,
I know.
nearly.
It's mental. There's so much we need to uncover.
Yeah, so much. So, okay, let's start off with the obvious. I'm in the UK.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is
in 2022, I was planning to move to the Philippines. Okay, so and I did move to the Philippines. So in 2023, October, so a year later, I ended up moving to the Philippines. And Teri and Teri's fiance, Charlie, came along with me for the first couple of weeks.
Which is crazy.
And it was really, really good. And, you know, what is the flight? 18 hours or something like that?
Well, that's the thing. Even before we went, there was the whole, organising to go. You had said, Teri, let's, get yourself in your brain a little bit because I'm not being funny. I am moving. And I was nah, you ain't moving for shit, mate. You ain't moving. And then she was like, no, Teri, you need to listen because I am not going to be here when you need me. I'm not living in this country anymore.
I'm always here.
I know, yeah.
But, not physically here.
You know what I mean? And then it kind of sunk in and I went, well, I'm not saying goodbye to you at the airport, mate. I was like, let's go Phil's. I'm coming with you.
Let's go Phil's house, mate. Let's just go to
Let's go to the Philippines.
I was telling Teri, because Teri's longest flight has been to America, which is obviously quite far, depending on...
Quite a way, but I've never done a stop-off, like a layover or something.
And our flight was a fucking nightmare, wasn't it?
From the very beginning.
Yeah, literally. We got to Heathrow Airport, and then our flight was delayed by 2 hours.
Yeah.
Which meant that our layover flight we were thinking was going to be delayed as well. Sorry, not delayed. It was going to be we were going to miss it.
Yeah.
And luckily that flight was then delayed, but we got to Kuwait and we had to wait there for another 2 hours. Yeah. So that was 4 hours delay. And then we had one more flight to catch from Manila to Cebu, which was a domestic flight. So we had to go and get our baggage and things like that.
Yeah.
And then we ended up we were like, quick, let's go. And at Manila airport, they were trying to scam us. Do you remember? And you didn't have any idea about the currency of pesos.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
And literally, we were out of the airport. We had about half an hour to catch this flight. And we were like,
and we were running,
let's just get a taxi. It's fine.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, we'll get you there on time. It's all good. We'll get you going. And they were like, I think they said something like 5,000 peso, which is the equivalent of £80. Now, in Manila, it's more expensive than the rest of the Philippines. However, it's not £80 for a 5-minute journey from terminal, the South Terminal to North Terminal 1 or 2 or whatever it is. And I was like, absolutely not. Charlie was like, let's just do it. I was like, no, it's 80 quid. They're trying to scam us. Absolutely not. And we ended up getting the shuttle from the other terminal to the next. And, you know, we ended up missing our flight.
Bearing in mind, this, like, where we were going to was literally, like, 5 minutes down the road. It was not far at all. So when we say about 5,000 peso for going about 5 minutes down the road, me and Bills were like, but...
Yeah, that's not all right.
Yeah, no. But they knew we were in a rush. Like, we got off the plane, we were running, like, they knew what they were doing.
Well, that's the thing. And, like, I think... out of principle, I was like, absolutely not, because if future people do that, I don't want people to get scammed and buy into that stupid stuff. But anyway, we ended up missing our flight, so we bought a new one, and we ended up getting a flight which was like an hour later, and we ended up arriving at Cebu airport probably only 20 minutes later than what we would have in the future, sort of thing. So it was okay, it kind of worked out okay, but you know, we had to
funny
pay.
Story on that, because obviously we had to buy our new flight, and when we bought our when we bought the original commercial flight, it was like, you know, we were just had seats like randomly, so it was fine. But then when we booked the new one, I'm not that keen on flying. Like, I'm okay, but I just don't like the takeoff. And me, Bills and Charlie are obviously on the previous planes, like, and they knew that what I was like. We get on this last plane, and it's like obviously random tickets because we're taking anything we can get at this point. We get on the plane, and Billie and Charlie are like a row in front of each other. And I'm like, mine says
I forget, you were right at the back.
Mine says like row 34. And I was like, and as I'm walking down the plane, it's getting closer and closer to the back. I get to the very back of the plane, and it says 34. And I just look at these two like, the one person.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it was so funny because I remember, I was there, Charlie was in the row behind me, and we looked back, and the flight's taking off, and you can kind of see the plane like going back, like you could just see it.
And bearing in mind, commercial planes, like we've gone from the big ass planes, do you know what I mean? And commercial planes they're tiny, let's be honest.
Well, the domestic flights, like, they're not, it was definitely like, it was like 2 seats each side, whereas the other ones were like 3, so a lot thinner, a lot more like tube like.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sitting there because I don't like the takeoff. I'm thinking the smaller the plane, the more the nose goes up, and I'm at the back like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was good though. I mean, so like, what did you think of the Philippines when you were there? You liked it?
Do you know what? It's genuinely like an experience I'm never going to forget in my life. I think everyone needs to experience something like that. That's like,
do you know what the biggest thing is? Obviously, we're Western people, and I was on this like for years. I was kind of like, everyone needs to go to a country that's in the East that lives completely different. You know, the culture's different, but you know, they don't earn a lot of money out there, but everyone's smiling. Everyone's so and shout out to all my Filipino fans, by the way.
Oh, we love you so much.
I do want to tell a story about, like, not now, but I'll tell a story in a minute about like one of the most amazing, like, dream come true stories I had out there. But like, I've kind of been building up my social media and all these Filipinos. So just shout out to you guys. I'm here. I'm listening. I'm alive. Here I am. I'm alive. I haven't posted. Actually, I posted today. So there you go. There's a bit of content for you. But so I think, just talk about jet lag and your overwhelmness.
Oh my god!
Bit.
So like, obviously, I'm like in awe that I'm going in the first place, because the like journey I took to get to where I was. I changed jobs because I was like, I realized I need to do stuff with my life. And Billie sat me down one day and she's like, what do you want to do? Because you seem to be just working and going and sleeping, working, sleeping. And I was like, I just want to go on holiday.
She was like the definition of working, like living to work. Yeah. And I was like, mate, you can't. Is this it? Is this? Can you really see yourself? You're on a deathbed. You get old, and and you look back and you go, oh my god, all I've done is just work.
That's it. And I didn't realise.
I'm not shy of hard work. I'm not shy of hard work. I'm a fucking grafter. However, I do it for a purpose. I do it for a reason.
Well, I feel like I was just like stuck in a bubble. Like I was just stuck in like a little bubble, and I was like, I'm enjoying it, so I'm just gonna live it. But actually, I wasn't enjoying my money, social life. Yeah, exactly. Like I was still like going, oh, well, I need to sacrifice this, I need to sacrifice that. And Bill's was like, but you can do all of these things, but if you have like that little bit of money to back you up, even if you get like a second job, you can just do these things without having to worry about that. And I was like, oh, that sounds like the life. But luckily, a new job came up, so I've got a new job, which is a amazing. Because when I got it, I was like, how did I do this?
Yeah. First job like in 8 years. That's new. That's different.
I was at my previous job for like 8 years, and it was just like the same thing, the same pattern. So now I've like had this change, and I've realised a little bit more money's coming in, but I was still going through the struggle because of where I changed jobs.
Is that like in between stage?
It was the in between stage, so I was still kind of on money from my old job, but like traveling.
I'm doing that right now, like the crossover.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, everyone goes through it. It's fucking nightmare.
So it's like hard. So like my journey to get to the Philippines was hard.
It was an experience.
It was an experience. Yeah, exactly.
But I will say, so we got to the Philippines, and the first day, you know, Teri's buzzing. She's like, "Yeah, this is great." And then like throughout the first week, I saw like, bearing in mind we're only out there. They're only out there for like two weeks. And I could just see like Teri's energy just fold, and we kept taking the piss. Me and Charlie, we kept going, "Fucking, look at that face." Because she was
this was the face I was pulling. I was going,
they're like, and like seriously, I've never like we had an argument in the next like week. The following, because she's like, "You just tell me I keep looking miserable," and I said, "Look, I didn't ever want to make you feel bad." But then we look back at videos and look back at pictures, and she's like, "Oh, I get it now."
Oh my god, because we were both vlogging out there, and when I was editing, I was like, "Bills,
I totally
get it. Why am I looking like that?"
You know, I couldn't tell her until like we'd released the videos. You know, but yeah, go back and see them because they are.
But you know
hilarious.
what it was though? Like, I feel like everyone should like I was very defensive about it. I was like, "No, I'm having a good time. Like, stop like coming at me." Do you know what I mean? But actually, I've got this thing when I go on holiday where I constantly like that. I want to take everything I can during the time that I'm there. So I would like Billie would be like, "Teri, like just go and rest and wake up whenever you
you always need like when you're on that big old flight and bear in mind our flight was longer than what we expected. We were traveling for like 27 hours.
But like even when I've gone to America, I've never had like I don't think I've ever experienced jet lag for what it is. I think I've just been constantly on the move. So when we get there, I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm in the Philippines. Wake up at like crack of dawn. I'm out. I want to do things." But it was like I wanted to do it, but my body wasn't letting me.
Yeah, and I was like,
just
and I remember the
tired.
first time I was out there. I was like hallucinating shit on the first and second day because I was so it's a foreign country to us, you know. Everything's so different, you know. You see the way people live and it's so different.
Yeah, it's
you know?
so different.
But
like
it works, but you don't understand it works. In fact, you look at people and you go, how are you living like this? But then obviously I was there for 4 months in total, and I was like, oh, I could live this life easily. But like you don't realize that until when you've only been there for 2-3 days. 100%. You know,
there was a moment where you said to me out there. It must have been like the second day. I think we were going for a walk around the town just to see what things were like, and I was in awe. Like I was like, I've never seen paradise like this, but this type of version of it. Like there's people that I've not even like never met people like this where they're so lovely, like, and they're just so, you know, hands-on with everything.
Yeah.
And I was just in awe. So I was constantly walking around just in silence, being like, oh my God, where am I?
It takes time for your mind to adjust more than anything. Your body, obviously. But your mind to adjust. And like, I like, my friend Cameron ended up coming out to the Philippines. And I said to him, you've got to have your Western cap and your Filipino cap, you know? And when I arrive in the Philippines or anywhere like that, I sort of have my Asian cap on, you know. It's all very carefree and like it's weird. And as soon as I step back into this country, I try to keep that Asian mentality, but it's really hard. Like society here is so much pressure to work hard and do well, and everyone's judging you, and you know, whereas out there everyone's so free and everyone's so like, you know, it doesn't matter if you've got no money, we're here to share, like share my drink, share my food. The amount of food parties that I've been offered, and you know, like, okay, so there's a national dish out there called lechon. And did you try it?
No, I didn't, but I really wanted to, man.
So lechon is basically, if you don't know what it is, it's basically like a spit roast that you get here. So is that the right term? Wait, is that a sexual reference? I'm confused.
Yeah, I think
so. Spit roast? The roasted hog.
So they just get a spit roast out there. You should all try it.
It's called a spit roast, isn't it?
Is it?
Oh, fucking hell, I don't know.
I know the dirty term, I think.
Whoops, okay.
You just don't every time.
What's that hog? When you roast it and it's on
hog roast?
No, but it's not hog roast. Like, you know, maybe.
I think you're right though.
Spit roast.
Dirty-minded.
No, I thought that the same though. Okay, no.
Sounds
all right,
weird.
so you know when you go to weddings here and you've got like a pig and they grill it.
That's a hog roast.
Hog roast, spit roast.
Hog roast buffet.
A spit roast buffet. Fuck my life. Oops. Oh no, don't. All right, so a hog roast. Okay, so you get a whole hog. You know, but they do it like differently. So they like, sorry if you're vegan or vegetarian, it's gonna sound awful, but basically they make like the crackling really nice, and it's you know, so here it's probably worth like £500 to buy a whole pig, and you know, but that would go towards like your wedding venue or your birthday or whatever it's gonna go towards, whereas out there it's probably about £150 the equivalent, right? So it's probably like 1,500 peso, something like that. And obviously no one is earning a salary to get that for their family, but the whole community will chip in.
Yeah.
And I was getting involved. I probably had lechon once a week because it was someone's birthday, or it was, you know, I was out there for Christmas. I was out there.
You'd kind of see it, like if you just walk down the town, everyone's like,
oh, do you want some lechon? It's like such a beautiful.
Oh,
you never get that in Mitcham. You know what I mean?
Could you imagine?
Like, do you want to come? Do you want to come out? Everywhere's a party. Everywhere's just so loving. You know, it's such a wonderful time. All right, we need to say this though, because when we were out there, obviously everyone's so beautiful, and you know, you do have people that want to scam you, and you have people that look at you and, you know, you're white, and you know, it's not a race thing. It's purely they think if you're white, you come from a Western country, which we do. Our currency is worth way more than theirs, and by all means, as much as we're not rich in our country, we are rich. We are rich in their country. 100%. Our salary is so much higher than theirs, and when we take it to their country, it's fucking worth loads.
That's it.
Obviously, when we're here, it's completely worth fuck all, you know. But so you do get scammed, and I know you wanted to talk about like your favourite moments. Mine was 100% when we had that jammy bastard. Oh, I love her. No, I can't even say
this is honestly the best story of my life. Do you know what? I was gonna say the same thing, right?
Yeah.
We say to each other, the best moments from like a holiday or something that happens between me, Bills and Charlie, is when something goes to shit. Yeah, when something goes wrong, and we just make everything a joke.
But
I mean, it was a joke. You explain.
Okay. Oh, have you fucked your mic already?
No, it's alright. It keeps coming down.
All right. So basically, we went to this island called Bohol. Shout out to Bohol, one of my favourite islands. It is beautiful there, but we got there and it was raining, and it was just, you know, and I went there 3 years prior, and I remembered it totally different. You know, sun was shining, you know, anywhere in the sun looks better. But we got there and it was raining, and you know, but you know, she wanted Teri wanted an experience of sandy beach, and you know, Alona Beach is really sandy. It's lovely.
Trees, all
but
that shebang.
When I was there 3 years ago, it was not as crowded. There wasn't as many people trying to sell you things. But when we got there, it was just like, as soon as it was, you want to do this, you want to do this, you want to do this. It was like, oh my God.
Anyway, 2 seconds
we didn't book accommodation, so we were just like, okay, right, we're gonna go to Alona Beach and just see what there is to offer. We're having a look, and a lot of things are like, you know, 2,000-3,000 peso a night, which was quite expensive, and we ended up getting a good deal, which was like 1,500 peso for 2 rooms. So Terry and Charlie had a room, I had a room, which is amazing. Oh no, was it each? I can't remember. Anyway, it was cheaper than most, and it was pretty much right on the beachfront. And the lady that we met, what was her name? She was so lovely. Pam? It might have been Pam, yeah.
I think it was Pam.
Something like that. No, that was the sister. Yeah, that was the sister. Yeah.
That's the one.
What was her name? Her name was. I don't remember. I don't remember her name.
But shout out.
Yeah. She was great, and she was really, really she was.
I guarantee you'll find her on Bohol right now.
Oh yeah. Like
Alona Beach. Yeah, she'll be there.
Anyway, so she found us. She was like, oh, like my sister owns this, like why don't you stay here, I'll get you a good deal. And granted, she got us a good deal. The rooms were like mediocre, they were okay, like we're not going to be in them anyway, so it didn't matter too much. That's it. And we ended up going, I said to her, I was like, do you have a boat, because I want to take them to this like boat tour. And we were looking at the weather and it was just looking shit, but like I knew the next day was a bit cloudy, but we thought, let's just chance it. Worst case, we can move it to the next day. We wake up and it's like, okay, we're gonna go for it. And then we meet her, the woman that organised it, and she's like, oh, this is my sister Pam.
Yeah, that's it.
She's like, she's gonna be your tour guide for the day. Right? So we're like, okay. Oh, hi Pam, lovely to meet you. She's like, yeah, you're gonna be the tour guide. We got on this boat and it starts piercing it down with rain, like it starts absolutely howling it down. And like these two, for some reason, it was the first time Charlie was in a bit of a bad mood.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it was like early morning. We woke up
really early.
Dawn,
it was like 6 o'clock. You know,
that was the time where I was doing my vlog and I saw the edit and I thought, fuck
because I remember sitting there trying to relieve the energy.
Yeah,
like,
it looked bad.
All right, guys, in my vlog, and you're like,
and I'm like, all right, mate.
But you know, anyway, so we get on this boat. And the tour is, we go see the dolphins, and then we go to Balakasag Island. Balakasag Islands, do some snorkeling, and then we do a go to Virgin Island, which is like an island that comes out at a certain time.
Stunning.
Yeah,
Like,
it looks beautiful, right?
stunning.
And I've been there before. I knew it was great. I've been there before. It was fantastic when I went.
Island
so I was like, I need these guys to see it.
nowhere in the ocean.
We got on the boat, and this Pam, I love her. She's great. She's actually got Canadian citizenship, you know. So she's a tourist, okay? She's Filipino, right? But she's got Canadian citizenship. So she's lived in Canada for ages, and she's come to visit her family, but she hasn't done these tours. She's our tour guide. She ain't done them. She's like, "Where's the dolphins? Where's the dolphins?" Right? So we're sitting there. We're going, right. We found the dolphins, and she's more impressed with the dolphins. She's like, "Take a picture of me. Take a picture of me." We're like, "Can you take a picture of us?" Like,
you're the tour guide, right?
Yeah. Anyway, so the app, she's great, and we're getting to know her family, and we get to Balakasag Island, and it's really cool island, like lovely locals on there. We got some food, but it was extortionate money, wasn't it? For what we got. We got like an egg, but they ran out of something.
It was like 3. Yeah, they ran out of something. It was like eggs on toast or something like that.
But then they didn't have any toast.
They didn't have any toast. No bread. None of that.
Anyway, beautiful snorkeling. Then we get back on the boat and they're like, right, we're going to go to Virgin Island. I was like, yes, this is the one. This is the one. I have a sleep. We all fall asleep, don't we?
We all fall asleep. I'm more awake.
Okay.
Because I'm just sat on the boat like.
Like I'm gone,
Yeah.
And, I start hearing the boat kind of pull up to this, island, slow down. They're like, okay, we're here. I was like, oh, great.
I'm like, Billie,
and Pam
Billie.
gets out her phone. She's like, Billie, sing. She's like, Billie, sing.
Bearing in mind, one of them like sing apps where like
it's like
it's like one of the syncing or something.
Small or something like that.
Yeah, SMULE or something like that. Yeah. Where you like sing with people. Where she's got her camera out and she's like singing on her phone.
So Billie, sing, and I was like,
Billie, sing. She's just woken up, the poor girl. But you wake up, what got me is I'm watching this whole thing on the boat and I see her like, Billie, sing with me, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
You're like, are we here? And I'm like, yeah, we're here.
That wasn't
I
even
wait
the
for
funny
you
bit.
to look at me and you go, we're in the middle of the ocean.
So that's the thing. So I've just been asked to sing as I've just come out of this lovely, beautiful dream. And I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck? Because I've been here before, so I know what it looks like. There was no island. So our tour guide, and this is what happened last time, our tour guide was like, I'm really sorry, we've got to leave. We've got to, so we were like fucking around on Balakasag Island, like having breakfast, having this, having that. And she didn't put a timestamp on like when we needed to get to Virgin Island for, because Virgin Island becomes the sea after a certain time. So we got there when it was just the sea, but all we see is this sign in the middle of the sea and a tree, and the sign says Virgin Island.
Welcome to Virgin Island. And we're like, Billie just died. And they're like, oh yeah, get out the boat, go and enjoy Virgin Island. Me and Bills are getting off the boat just dying. We're like, what do you mean?
Like the water's
island?
up to here. It's so funny.
Crying. And then when we're getting off the boat, so me and Billy's looking at me like, I'm so glad you're laughing because this is awful.
Pissed, mate. And I was like, I've sold this dream to these two people that I love, and here we are in the middle of the fucking ocean, which we've been in many times. Like, honestly, if you want to see, like, I'm not plugging, well, I am plugging. Like, me and Teri both have a YouTube channel, and there's two stories versions of it. So go to Teri and is it Terrified now?
It's
isn't it? Terrified, and then Where the Fox Travels, and there is a vlog on there of Bohol. Just have a look because it's absolutely hilarious.
It's so funny. It was such a day. Everything.
Oh wait, we're missing something.
But wait, when we the way we both got it, as we're coming off the boat and me and Bills are laughing that we're in the middle of the sea and they're like, enjoy the island. We're like, what island, mate?
Yeah.
And for a second, we look at each other and we're cracking up, but we have that silence. And in the background, Pam, bless her, on the boat, standing on the edge. She's got her phone out.
What song was she singing?
Part of your world. And it was like...
So, like, Pam, you're an amazing singer. Yes.
I could just imagine Simon Cowell.
I knew what you were going to say. You're an amazing singer.
But poor girl, man, she's like giving it everything.
But the worst thing is, she's in the island, in the island, and she's like,
part of your world. It was so iconic.
It was
so
good.
with everything going wrong, and then you've got her in the background singing. Me and Billie, we can't keep a straight face. We just, every time I was like, girl, I can't even look at you. But then we turn round, and where they have the sign to say welcome to Virgin Island, we look, and there's a queue in the ocean, may I add, just getting a photo with
this is it.
welcome
This is
to Virgin
all
Island.
I wanted was one clip for my channel, right, to get like an image of us running through this ocean, like to this sign, because it was like almost like an arch, right? So you run through the arch, and I said to this like person, I said, "Oh, do you mind like recording?" And she goes, I was like, yeah, it's already recording. Just like, here's the camera. Like, you know, we'll just do our thing. She said, yeah, fine. I give her the camera, and she goes, 1, 2, 3. So we're just about to run, and then it just stops.
You can't make that date up, man.
No, we need to move on from the Philippines, but I will end it like this, and it's basically that I did live out there for 4 months, and for anyone who's wondering, Filipino fans, if anyone who's wondering, I went out there and I loved it to bits. I really did. I did get homesick, by all means, but I wanted to pull through, and I basically ran out of money. Like, I wanted to sell my car, and I was doing really well on YouTube, really well on this. Teaching English went all dead during Christmas time because all the tutors were going on. I got back, and I was going to sell my car and go back again, but I just love it here.
Yeah.
The one thing I can thank the Philippines for is it showed me appreciation for what I have, and like, actually, for years I've sat there and said, I'm going to move to the Philippines. This country sucks, and by all means, there are certain parts of this, like the politics of it all, blah blah blah. It does suck, but there's something about this country that you can't, it's home, right? Your friends are here, your family are here, and you know, I'm really enjoying being back. And you know, by all means, I'm a yes person. If there was an opportunity in the Philippines where I go again, then fantastic, I'll be back. But I think right now it's just about, you know, filming the Plonkcast, doing loads of videos on YouTube again. You know, I've just posted a video today, thank God, but this is the first time in 2 months.
Everyone go subscribe to this
Where
channel.
the Fox Travels.
If you haven't already,
Yeah,
and Where the Fox Travels.
Yeah, that's the thing, and I want to travel still. I'm still going to be traveling, but yeah, I've got myself a full-time job, Monday to Friday, which is the first job I've ever had full-time. I'm on a salary, which is the first one I've ever been on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
may I add, she did this in like, what, the first 2 weeks of her being back?
Yeah.
And she's got herself a full-time job, so
so yeah,
it happens.
But I haven't been paid properly yet, so I'm waiting for that pay, and I keep saying to people, I'm broke.
Crossover,
Like,
baby.
why can't you just take... Yeah, it is the crossover period. Fuck, it's really hard. I've been here 7 weeks. I'm like, I got no money.
What I was going to say, whilst you were out, what was it like? Like, because for me, when you weren't here, obviously, like, I've got like loads of friends here, obviously, but like, not having you here specifically was so fucking hard. But we spoke to each other every day. But what was it like for you to not knowing that we're so far away back at home?
Do you know what? It was like, at first, it was, this is going to sound really harsh, but when you're living your best life, you do forget about the shit that happens. And I left for the Philippines when shit was hitting the fan with my family, and like, there was a lot of stuff. And another reason why I probably come home and realised that home is more important, friends, family. But I left at a time so my uncle had passed away, like literally a month before. His funeral was 2 weeks before I left, man. Like, it was brutal, and I just, rather than dealing with it, I was able to just push it to the side and then continue with you know, my like, just continue having fun, basically. And for the first month, I will say, I just completely disregarded everything and everyone around
so
me.
you should. You've worked so hard to do.
I was just. It was like a holiday vacation. Then I realised I'm living there. So that's
holiday what blues, I was gonna ask.
Because obviously the first 2 weeks I was there, right? I had you and Charlie. It was like being on holiday. Second 2 weeks, I was by myself and I was finding my feet. I started to earn my first money online.
Yeah,
you know what
crazy.
I mean? Within the first week, I was earning money. And can I just say this to anyone out there who's looking to try and make money online? If you put your fucking mind to it and you need to earn money online, you will earn money online.
Yeah, you will do it.
Yeah.
And
like,
I
I
will
think
find your way.
and
also, like, main key, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, find something that you're going to enjoy.
Yeah,
so don't just get out, like, if you're going to do content, for example, like, don't just get out content for the sake of getting out content. Do something and work hard for it.
Yeah.
And you'll
get
it.
I think that's why I wanted to go to the Philippines in the first place, was to prove to people that this is possible.
Yeah.
And I know it's possible. I know I could go back out there now with a couple of grand behind me and I'll be able to succeed, because I'm in a better situation now than when I was then. I started from nothing. I had 300 subscribers on YouTube. I had like 150 followers on TikTok.
Yeah, that's
now,
crazy.
and this is because of the Philippines, I have nearly 6,000 subscribers on YouTube and nearly 15,000 followers on TikTok. But I was earning money through teaching English online through a website called Cambly. It was really shit pay. It was paid in the US dollar. So obviously that's even lower than the UK currency. But it was enough to get me through, and I was vibing. And then it got to a point where it was like Christmas time, and work wasn't coming in, so I was working hard, but I was like more focused on content because I wasn't able to get the clients because there was more competition because obviously Christmas holidays, people are taking time and earning more money because of presents and blah 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 blah. And then that's when the homesick started to kick in. I realized I've spent all of my reserves money because I went out there, like, this is unbelievable. I went out there with £1,500.
That's crazy.
And £800 of that I'd spent in the first 2 weeks.
Oh my God, you did?
Yeah.
Because we were there.
Yeah, and then the following
we were
month,
bougie, by the way.
And then the following month, so after you left, I had to pay my bills from back at home.
Oh my God.
So another £500 came up. So I had like £500 left so everything I was doing was like, oh shit, like things started to take a toll. And I think I would have been fine if I stayed longer, but I think the stress just got a hold of me a little bit. And like, and then I remember losing my phone. I was like, oh my God, without a phone, I'd be fucked. Found it. And then what happened? The car thing. It was just like, it was being looked after, but then it started to grow mold. And I was like, I can't leave that responsibility on other people. So I had to come back and clean it, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it taught me a lot. And I realized my appreciation actually happened after when I got back. So when, like, in terms of, by all means, I was calling you all the time.
Every day.
I was calling all my friends all the time, all my family all the time. But obviously time zones sometimes fuck that up a little bit.
Well, that's it. Like, obviously we'll go back on it. But when you came back and I was like, I called you after work and I was like, oh my God, I haven't called you after work for like 4 months because I've always had to speak to you early morning because that was your coming into evening. Oh, yeah. So I would never be speaking to you at the end.
On that, because you used to call me at my time about 2:00. So my schedule was that I would work from 7 till 10 and then 7 till 10 a.m, have an hour break, and then I would work from 2-hour break, then I'll have 12 till something. And there was a moment in time where you would always call me in my lunchtime. Yeah. So I can't remember, but I had a schedule basically. And you used to call me every time when I was at this cafe called Salon.
Yeah.
And
oh my God.
do you remember? And I used to get the bike down there, get my food, and then while I was waiting for my food to be ordered, you would call me, and that stopped because my schedule stopped. So anyway, it's been a really big experience, and like what I keep telling to everybody is that I feel really content where I am now. I've never felt like this in a long time. I'm hating the fact I'm broke. That's the only thing. Like I have no money. However, I know that's going to change very, very soon. You know, we're going to Dublin, and my cousin is absolutely fantastic and is lending me the money, and then I can give it back to her ASAP. And you know, but that is it's killing me that I've never been broke. You know, I'm always the one that's like, let's do this, and everyone's like, I can't afford it. And I'm like, fuck you then. You know, but
it's just
that's going to change
that, like, it's so mental. Oh, excuse me, I'm burping.
It's because of the beard. Plonkcast, baby.
Plonkcast.
I'm running out. No one.
Yeah, I can't. It's still bizarre to me that like
Did you set another timer for the camera? Sorry.
Yeah, no, I did.
Ah, well done.
It's still bizarre to me that like all that's happened. Like it's happened. Like
I know.
I was with you. Like I'd see you grinding
for years, by the way.
For years.
And do you know what the biggest thing was as well? Like the biggest annoying moment for me is I used to work 7 days a week to make this happen.
Yeah.
And I was in debt from before, from being like a stupid like student where you just get into debt. You know, mate, everyone's related to that. Not you, but like a lot of people can relate to the whole thing of like, you know, you get into debt, you get a credit card, you get these fucking loans out, blah blah blah. And I was fucked before I was 21, you know, and I was paying these debts back. And I really struggled to get out of those debts. I got them down to a point where they were manageable, and that was great, but on a UK salary, you know.
Yeah.
And but I was working 7 days a week, and I'd look back now and I think, for what? I saved £1,500. That was it. And by all means, I barely went out. Yeah. Really, like and if I went out, it would be for a gig that I was getting paid for.
Yeah.
And I just thought, you know what? Life is not meant to be sitting there hustling and working.
That's it.
If it's meant to be, it will come to you. Like, stop trying to, like, by all means, look for what you want and go get it. Like, that's my motto. If you know what you want, you can go and get it. However, the way I was working, it was like, I think now I've got this minimum wage salary job. It's manageable, but I feel like in a minute I'm going to be able to save and do more than I would have ever before, even though like I was earning so much money before. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I just feel like, what's the point? Like, money isn't everything. It's all about the way of mind.
Oh, 100%. Like you said to me, like even before going, I had to change my mindset drastically for me. Like, it's a big deal to change jobs that I've been in for like 8 years. But when you showed me like a different way of actually making it work and going, only you can do it. Yeah. Just by you saying, oh yeah, I'm going to move to the Philippines, and I was like, I'm not saying goodbye at Heathrow Airport.
Like, no one's going to
just how it happened.
That's the thing. Like, no, like, I remember your fiance when I was in the Philippines. He asked me a question, and I was like, it's a simple answer. He's like, how
much do you want it?
Well, yeah, he was like, how do I get out of the situation I'm in? And I said, well, what situation? First of all, you need to analyze what you're in and what you don't like about it, and then you need to know what you want to be in. Yeah. If you don't know what you want to be in, how are you supposed to get there? Do you know what I mean?
That's it.
And I think for me, I've always like seeked freedom, and even though I'm in a 9-to-5 job and everyone's like, oh, escape 9 to 5, for me, I feel the most free I've ever been. I'm working with dogs, by the way. It's barely a job. Like, I literally drive, pick up dogs, go to the centre, play with dogs, and then drive back and drop them to their houses, say goodbye, like, bye Alfie, it's great. And then I don't feel like held by anybody, but I know that I could just leave that job whenever I want, and I could find another job just like that. That's not a problem. But
again, like, it's not easy. Like, a lot of people struggle for that. But again, it's how much you want it. Like, how much. You've got to train your mind. You've got to change your mindset. You've got to, like, I would say all the time, I want to go on holiday. I want to do all these things. I want to do that. I want to do that. But realistically, I wasn't getting the money and I wasn't doing anything about it. So what? Like, that's my decision. That's my choice. And until you sit there and realise, I'm choosing to do that, and I could choose a different way to get me.
And that's the funny thing. Stuff. Like, when you were in that transition period between jobs, you weren't earning the salary that you could have been earning. Yeah. Obviously, that you're earning now. Yeah. But you still managed to save for the Philippines. Yeah. You still managed to get your ass off the ground and just go, okay, this is what I want, and now I'm going to do it, which you did. Yeah. And and it's true. I think it's a very it's literally changed my life in terms of perception on things, and I think everyone needs to experience it. Like, whatever that is, whether it's going to a different country, whether it's buying a new car, whatever it is, I think and it sounds really corny because everyone says it. Now, listen, I've got no fucking money. I'm not some.
We have come from the scraps.
I'm not a rich person trying to sell you anything, but genuinely, if you put your mind to something, you fucking can do it, man. Yeah, you can.
No, I agree.
Like, it's just the way it is, and I have come from the scraps. You've come from the scraps. Yeah. Like, I live in Mitcham, and if everyone, it's next to, it's a Croydon borough, pretty much. It's not, but it's next to Croydon, and that is one of the most worst boroughs in the UK, but not anymore, but it used to be, like, so it's one of those things. So a bit of inspo for you guys, just that little cute thing.
But I will say though, like, going back on, like, when you were in the fields, and obviously, like, we had a long distance friendship, and that was like, I could never imagine that would be us. Like, for God's sake, we're basically jointing us at the hip. Like, can't stand her. But when we've been long distance, I'm like, I don't know how I can cope. There was one night, one of my favourite memories. Actually, that's really bad to say for what's coming.
Oh no.
I'm dribbling.
Oh God, dribbling!
But I get a call at like 3 o'clock in the morning, our time. Yeah. I get a call at 3 o'clock in the morning, our time, UK time. And I know what I'm like, I know, I'm good. I know, like, what times, like, she would be awake. I know what time she'd, like, have work. Cause I knew what time to call you, basically. And when she calls me at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, something's happened. There's no way you're calling me at 3 o'clock in the morning for nothing.
But it's my time, 3 in the morning, right?
Oh, your turn, 3 in the morning. So it's, like, quite late for me.
Yeah.
And then, I go to try it. Oh my God, she's called me, and like, something's happened. Something's gone wrong. She picks up the phone. Billie, what's happened?
Don't I just show you?
Yeah, she just shows me. And she gets the phone, and she shows me these, like, bruises and scratches, bruises on her bum and shit like this.
Cut on my shoulder.
And I've gone, what the fuck have you done to yourself? Because no one can fucking help you. You're on your own, babe. And she's gone, I've been in a bike accident. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, right, what's happened? Where are you? What are you doing? What happened?
It was inevitable.
Are you okay?
Though, right? My stepdad, who lives in the Philippines, he basically said, if you're going to drive a bike every day, it's inevitable you're going to have a bike accident. And I said, nah, absolutely not.
Shut up, mate.
And like, I'm going to be completely honest about the situation. So I went to, there's this cafe called Smooth Cafe. Shout out Smooth Cafe. They're my favourite.
Oh my God.
Live music every single day. And I'd had a few cocktails. And I say a few, like I am talking a few. And I knew I was probably a bit over the limit in UK terms. I don't think there is a limit in the Philippines, to be honest. But I was like, okay, I'll tell you what, I'll stay out and then I'll sober up. And I didn't drink. So I went out to this karaoke bar afterwards and I didn't drink. I was just drinking water. And then I got on the bike to go home. I was sober. Like, I was absolutely fine. Probably a bit tired because, you know, whatever. It's 2 a.m. at this point. And I'm driving and it's raining, really raining, right? So I'm fucking driving. I'm like, you can't see anything. And this bike had like barely any, like the headlights were like, you know when like you've got the on a car you've got like the first headlights and then you've got like the second headlights and then you've got the full beams.
Yeah.
Right. On this bike it was like I was using the first headlights on a car. Like you could barely see anything in front of you. And a car came towards me and I was like, okay, that's fine, but I got blinded by those lights. And as it went past, I saw a dog run in front of me and I was like, shit. So I broke suddenly. No. The bike went that way and I went that way, like I was gone. Now, that wasn't the problem. The problem was, directly opposite, there's a 7-Eleven. And I was on this, like, near these crossroads. So I was just coming up to the approach. And I just see everyone around me thinking, oh my God, I'm a white person. I've just fallen off this bike. They probably see this on a daily basis. Please don't put me in that category. And I literally get up. I get up and I'm like, fuck. So I'm lifting. I was like, is the bike okay? The bike's not mine, right? I'm thinking, oh my fucking God, I've broken this bike. Shit. So I get up, put on the bike, you know, and like, I was fine. I felt okay, you know. And the only reason I think I was okay was because I was filming that day and I had my backpack on with all my camera gear.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd landed on my back on that camera gear stuff. So the camera gear was fine. The bag wasn't, but the camera gear was fine. And so was my back. Do you know what I mean? And my body was, and obviously when you're driving in the Philippines, you know, it's fucking boiling out there. So you're just driving in short and t-shirt. There's nothing else. You've got no protection. Luckily, I had that bag on. I think it protected me. And it was all good. But I got back and it was only till I got back where I realised, because I went into 7-Eleven because I didn't have like a water system at my house where I was staying. And so I had to get some like bottles of water because I knew I'd be thirsty or whatever. And I didn't realise, but everyone's looking at me, and it was only till I got back where I realised I had all this fucking debris and dirt and shit like this down me. I was like, oh, fucking hell, how embarrassing. Everyone's like, are you okay? And I'm like,
no, see, that's the thing. I remember asking you, like, oh, are you okay? Like, what's happened? And you were like, nah, Teri, the worst thing was I was so embarrassed, so I just shut up. So and I was like, no, I'm good. And then ran up.
And like, bless them, like, everyone came over to be like, this is the good thing about the Philippines. If I see someone fall off a bike, and I'm in my car, right? Would I drive away? Probably not. But like, I think there, even if they didn't see the accident and you're on the floor, you know, a lot of people are just willing to help, you know. Yeah, that's Whereas here, it's like, oh, it happens all the time, so just drive past. Whereas there, it's like everyone gets involved, and I did not want that, you know. I was like, absolutely not. But luckily, they saw me get up, and I was like, I'm good. And no one else came over apart from because most 7-Elevens in Asia is like, they've got tables outside because you can get like, you know, food, like fast food basically.
Yeah, like
everyone's sitting on tables drinking and eating. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, they've all seen it.
Right so outside as well. I can only imagine that you just got up and was like, oh, who did that then? Oh my God, did that?
So
that wasn't me. Yeah. I hope the dog's okay.
so embarrassing. But anyway, so that's the Philippines. I'm back now and we're ready to rumble. It's all good.
Well, I'm really happy that, like, obviously, I'm happy that you're back.
Yeah.
But like, now we've got the podcast up and running, like, everything is gonna go so well. Like, we're really hoping that, like, you can kind of spread the word, because we're in it for the long run now. Like, this is all for you guys. And if you've got any stories that might have happened whilst you were on holiday, or if you're traveling, we'd love to hear it, because I'm not a travel person, but I love to go on holiday. But like I was saying to you, I was like, I really want to get in the habit of, like, if I've got a long weekend, just jump on a plane, go somewhere, and come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
I think, like, I'm in that frame of mind now where before it was very much Philippines. And I love the Philippines, and I'll be going there. I'm going to try and go there at least once a year, even if it's for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Before we move on from the Philippines, I have to say this. Now, everyone from here that have listened to this podcast are thinking, what do you mean Filipino fans? What do you mean? What do you mean? Now, obviously, I built up social media out there and a lot of followers, Filipino followers. But I need to tell you my favourite moment.
Oh, yeah.
So we got me and my friend Cameron. My Cameron is still out there. Hello, Cameron, if you're watching. He's still out there. And we got invited basically by the mayor of an island called Negros.
This is crazy. Story.
To perform for the Christmas lights turning on, right? And we were like, okay, cool. We'll do it for free because he asked like tourist fee. And we were like, no, tell you what, we'll do it for free because like if it's free, then he's gonna like we want him to see us first, and then after that, then we can negotiate maybe a price.
Yeah.
But like we're like, okay, let's do it for free, so he knows what we can bring, what we can do, and then we'll go. And he paid for we said just expenses, so he paid for a speedboat from Malbo, which is like which is a little town in Cebu, which is where I lived, and then Negros Island is directly opposite. You can see it. And we got a speedboat from Malbo to Negros Island, which is unheard of. You normally have like the boats with like the bamboo and stuff. And so we got a speedboat.
Like an actual speedboat. Yeah, like you would never even see that in the Philippines.
No.
When you told me, oh yeah, we'll get the speedboat, I was like, excuse me, where are you?
Yeah, it was bizarre. Like, I wouldn't even get that here. You know, I've never been on a speedboat. I was terrified. You know, good for your channel. But yeah, then we got our hotel paid for, food, everything, accommodation. Like literally, it was a free trip. Thank God, because we had no money. Anyway, we get like long story short, we get to this performance and we have 20. So Cameron's DJing and I want a band to perform with because they was like, oh, you sing, and I was like, yeah, but like I want a band because that's how I go now. Like even in this country, I'm not performing by myself. I want a band. I want a vibe. And the day before the performance, we met up with these, lovely locals from Negros Island in Gihunyan, which is the city. Oh, I struggle to say it. Gihunyan.
Who? What? Where? Go on. You got this.
It is anyway. We meet there, and we go to this like school where they've got this like. There's a few teachers there that are going to be in the band, and anyway, like before this, we were at the mayor's house, and the leader of this band says like he wants to meet, so we meet, and then that evening we go for rehearsal, and it was we were just vibing, man. It was great, and then we go so that we've put one set list together. We've had one rehearsal, and then we've got to rehearse, like do the actual show the next day. And I'm thinking it's going to be like, I don't know, like a little festival that you get in like Croydon High Street, We get there and it is, but it's literally like this massive stage of like lights and performances. Oh my God, it was absolutely crazy.
Oh,
like,
you've got to put like a little clip here. It was like,
it's crazy.
I wasn't even there, but you were like, Teri, like, look at this. Look at
it was a full-on festival, right?
There's just
like thousands and thousands of people there, man. And I was like, holy shit, like
you're like crazy. I came for a gig.
Yeah, this is crazy. And it's so beautiful because obviously their main religion there is like Catholic. So like they're at the beginning they're talking about God, they're talking about like how much they appreciate like their religion and the Christmas and what it brings for them and their family. And but there's so many people. Like I'm just looking at like, oh my God, I'm gonna perform. Then I go on. I've got an earpiece which I've never had before.
Like a proper like
yeah. And we anyway, I do the performance and we sing, and I like there's a clip on YouTube where it's like, I will always remember the day you kissed my lips.
That moment, I remember you sending it to me, and I was just like, just hearing the crowd, like legit hearing the crowd go wild. Dribbler.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
Oh, fuck, okay.
There's always one.
There's always one. Is that a tea towel? No, it's a curtain. We'll just leave that there. It's fine. But yeah, then so anyway, the performance ends, and then I go to the toilet, which is like at the like. So you got to go through the crowd, and then the toilet's like behind. It's like in a big park, right? So like park toilets. I get out the toilets, and there's like a queue of like 100 people. Can I take a picture? Can I take a picture? Can I? And I was like, oh my God. So I take a few, and then I eventually have to start running. I'm like running backstage. And I was like, oh my God, that was crazy. I was telling Cameron, oh my God, this is nuts. And then I realized everyone started following, and there's a queue backstage trying to get pictures. And I was like, holy shit. It's the first time I felt like a celebrity. Like, by all means, I'm a white girl in this island where not many tourists go. And, I can sing. So everyone's like, oh my God, this is like once in a lifetime. Let's go get a picture. Completely understandable. But yeah, I was so overwhelmed. And then I needed a wee again. I needed to go to the toilet again, right? And I said, I can't do that by myself because everyone realized they could get pictures. So I had to get the mayor's security guards to chaperone me through the toilet.
What the hell, bills.
Oh, it's so funny, honestly. And like, if you're watching and you're from Gihunyan, like, by all means, like, shout out. You're the best people ever.
So
Like, it was
crazy,
fantastic.
though. Like, that's what I mean about the Philippines. Like, they just show so much love. Like, even if they don't know you. But I guess that obviously for a festival experience like that, they're having a good time. They want to be the person that, like, spoke to the person that just performed. But you so being from UK and, like, hearing the, I will always remember.
Although, oh my God. So they posted a thing on Facebook, like, a couple of days later, and they said, oh, like, I was in their, like, local news, and they said that, Billie Marie Fox from Scotland performed, and I was like,
Scottish.
I'm not Scottish.
That's Welsh.
Oh fucking hell. Scottish.
Got me some.
But yeah, they're like, oh, Billie Fox from Scotland has come to perform.
Wait, I feel like I've just violated every Scottish person.
No, I have
the
too,
world.
but I have too, because now they think I'm Scottish, and I'm not Scottish. I can't live Scottish people like that. I can't do them like that. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. But yeah, so yeah, that was the best. Again, another video on YouTube. Go check it out. It's absolutely incredible.
Honestly, it's absolutely
good video.
amazing,
And that was the video as well that got me monetized. So I got like 150,000 views on that video, and
which
obviously
which
for
you
me,
fully deserved, by the way.
But for me, right, I'm a little YouTube channel, a small channel, and like, you know, I post this video. I didn't think it was going to do that well. I thought maybe a couple of thousand, you know, 10,000 maybe. 150,000 later, you know, I've got my monetization, you know, and then now I'm getting paid from YouTube and stuff, which is fucking that set me up for you know, these opportunities. Just say yes, baby. Just say yes.
No, you should. I keep saying it now.
Yeah,
every time people start saying things, I feel
you're on a yes wave.
No, I am. Like, I feel like every time I've said yes, even if I don't like it, I end up having like such a good time anyway.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I'm like, I'm now in the headspace of going, right, yes. Like, all of our girls are like, oh, do you want to go double? Yes.
Oh,
do you want to do
this? I
this?
said to her
Yes.
the other day, I was like, do you want to go skiing? She's like, yes. I was like, you can't ski.
I was like, don't care. I'm going.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the next bit of the podcast I wanted to do on this episode. So if you're like an OG and you've seen our previous season, I used to do like a drinking game and blah blah. But I thought we could do what I'm gonna call pour or pass. Pour or pass.
Pour or pass.
Okay. So I'm gonna basically, the aim of the game.
I'm ready. I don't know about this, by the way.
I'm gonna shout out like something. So like, for example, you've got like, I don't know, like tea or coffee or something like that, and it's quick fire.
And
so
I've just got to say tea
and
or
you just
coffee or
yeah,
whatever. Okay.
literally.
All right, here we go.
Are you ready?
Yes, let's go.
And you guys join in. Put in the comments what you would prefer as well. Okay, ready? Are you steady? All right, ready?
Yeah.
Coke or lemonade?
Coke.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Malibu or Archers?
Oh, but I hate
Come on.
Malibu.
Orange juice or apple juice?
Orange juice.
Champagne or Prosecco?
Prosecco.
Sambuca or tequila?
Tequila.
Ribena or Oasis?
Ooh, Oasis.
Wine or beer?
Beer.
Martini or margarita?
Oh, I don't know. Margarita?
Ooh.
I don't really know what a martini is. Is that the one with the olive?
Oh, well, that's the thing. So, next bit.
Oh,
like
no, there's another bit. It's a part 2, baby.
Martinis
And
always
you'll see that next week. Bye.
Come back next week. See you later.
I'm joking.
Just
Right,
roll
go
the credits. It'll be like Teri and Billie. So yeah, martini is normally garnished with a lovely olive.
I love olives.
Now, guys, our fellow plonkers, Billie has been on at me to say,
yes.
Oh, you need to try an olive. I really want you to try olives. You don't like olives, but I reckon you'd love them. I hate olives with an absolute passion. I think
this is a really relatable thing, though. You either love, it's like Marmite. You either love them or you hate them. You know. Oh, you've got some olives. Shut up.
So, for the plonkers and for you, I thought
you're gonna try
I
some
would
olives.
try
I'm
an
getting
olive.
excited. I'm knocking everything over.
So, you told me to get the purple ones, was it?
I said start with the black ones.
The black ones. Purple
but you're going
ones,
straight
black
to
ones.
green.
But they didn't have
give
anyone.
some
They
olive.
didn't
I love
have any black or purple ones, whatever you want to call them. Now, I just want to give a shout out. Oh my God, they absolutely stink. So I just want to give a shout out to Cameron because I don't know if he'll remember. Back in the day, we went to like Nando's and he was like, oh yeah.
Oh, they're not very ripe, but I think they're right.
Yeah, they're good to start with. Green olives with herbs. So yeah, Cameron, bless him, shout out. We went to Nando's once and he goes, oh yeah, we'll have a bowl full of olives. And I was like, absolutely not, Cameron, because they fucking stink. He's like, yeah, no, they'll be fine. You should try one. So I'm trying one. And then for the rest of our dinner, all I could smell were these olives and it just put me off my food.
I get it. The first time I tried a green olive, I was absolutely disgusted by it.
Oh my God, I'm really scared. So for the listeners, I am about to try an olive and I'm very, very scared. So if you're listening and you want to see my reaction, go straight to YouTube and
come on,
watch
let's
the
go.
video. Okay, I don't like...
What the
No,
fuck?
they're rank. I'm not going to lie, I didn't really gag, but they do stink.
Can I have one?
Oh my God, how are these nice?
Oh, so good.
Okay.
Alright, my cousin Emma... My cousin Emma was exactly the same as you and I got her into olives. She loves them now.
Okay.
No food, you've got to keep going.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
Oh my...
Go on,
my
just
God.
bear it, grin and bear it.
This is like ASMR shit.
Have another one. Go on, straight after another one.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, my breath fucking reeks.
Try
mate.
again. Keep going.
Okay.
You got to have at least 5. 5 olives.
5.
Yeah.
5.
I promise you after 5 you'll be alright. I'm just going to smoke my vape. They're going to be illegal soon, so I'm taking privilege. Oh, it's getting easier. I'm seeing the
It is getting easier, actually.
Try again. It's
This
your
is mental.
receptors. Your taste buds are like, okay, I'm getting used to it.
My fourth one.
Fourth? No, you're third.
Yeah, so fucking rank. It's disgusting.
I'll tell you what, the herbs on there aren't too nice, though, to be fair.
If this was like covered in garlic, I reckon they would be alright. Like I tried snails once in France, and it's like covered in like this garlicky oil, and I was going,
But it's
that's
got to
really
be. It's
nice.
a bloody snail. Like, it's got to be covered in something.
That's what I mean, though. I was going, that's really nice, and Charlie was like, you like the fucking oil, not the fucking snail. It has got better.
It's going to get better every time. Right, one more, and then you're there. See, the fact that you're able to tolerate it now before you...
Oh, they are fucking
I think this is it. This is where Teri and Carter finally loses her olive virginity and starts to enjoy them.
See, the thing is, okay, it has got better. It has got better. What the fuck?
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's the bit after, I don't know. I'll be honest, though. I used to hate gherkins when I was a kid.
Go on,
And then someone said to me that... Someone said to me, oh, just imagine it. Like, do you like cucumber? And I was like, yeah. And they were
cucumber.
Cucumber. And they were like, oh, do you like vinegar? And I was like, absolutely. And they were like, well, imagine. So I put it in my gob. And I thought, yeah, I like that. Oh, no, I can't deal with that taste, man. The aftertaste. Do you know what?
You will get there. You will get there.
I want to lick my fingers, but... Oh, my God. I'm so sorry for the listeners, because that was pure
garlic ones,
ASMR eating
You need to
olives.
get garlic ones.
Garlic. All right. The thing is, we were going to film, like, a couple of days ago, and I bought olives for the podcast because I knew that I was going to try them for you. And they were, like, garlic, like, and chili or something.
Yeah, they're nice.
And they looked really nice. That's the thing. Have you ever had something that you want to like?
Yeah,
because it looks nice.
No, they are nice. Look, it takes time.
Breath. Oh, my breath. I need a drink. Oh, my fucking
They're such
God,
a bougie
that's
snack.
rancid.
Let us know if you like olives, because honestly,
my
I'll
God.
olive them.
Disgusting.
Olive
and
them.
put it, as well, though, like, I like, there's been so many foods. Like, you know, one food, yeah, that I really wish I like because it looks so delicious. You know, eggs Benedict, right? But it comes with that sauce. What's that sauce?
That's the Benedict.
No, but what's the sauce called?
It's like a Haley nut. No, it's not, is it?
Hollandaise or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Hollandaise.
Looks lovely. I hate it, but I want to like it because it looks.
It's
nice.
a horrible thing. You know when someone's hungover
Yeah.
and they order eggs Benedict? I think how?
Oh, what's wrong with you? But it looks good, but the taste of that sauce is just disgusting, man.
There's one more.
Oh my God. Oh my
my
God.
guess.
I nearly dropped it on the floor. Do you know what? Crack me open another. Get me another beer, mate. And you guys, get another beer. Why not?
Or a tea.
Why am I doing this? Bearing in mind, right, me and Billie have been friends for fucking years. And for ages now, she's been like, just please try an olive.
They're good with cheese and like salami and pepperoni. They're really good with that.
But that's the first time I've tried an olive in front of you. You're like, have you tried them? I'm like, yeah, I have.
But I think you're there. I think you're gonna be there. They have got a weird taste, but like I feel like your brain just decides to like them one day.
Why is that in a martini? I can't imagine.
I've never tried a martini. Margarita, I like it 'cause it's got the sugar on the side.
Bloody
yeah.
hell. Well,
just on a quick one, just whilst we are here.
Yeah.
So obviously, we're up to date with like YouTube shit. Who's gonna win, Jake Paul or who the fuck is he fighting? Mike Tyson. Jake Paul or Mike Tyson.
It's an exhibition fight, right?
Yeah. So okay, yeah. So no one's gonna win. But who do you think the people of YouTube or whoever's watching on Netflix is gonna win?
Can I be honest, right?
Okay, no. First of all, who do you want to win?
Right, now, I want Mike Tyson to win because I think Jake Paul just needs, like, knocking down a peg or two. Because he got beaten by Tommy Fury, but he is, like, a boxer within these days. So Jake Paul will go, oh, yeah, I got beaten by a boxer. And now he keeps fighting all these, like, retired boxers or retired MMA
Yeah, but have you seen Mike
fighters,
Tyson, though? He's looking sharp.
Yeah, he is. But do you know how old he is? He's fucking old, mate. And he's like... Steady now. He's like the oldest person he's probably gone for. Mm-hmm. So, and I feel like Jake isn't doing anything for himself because he keeps going for people who are old, retired, not even doing boxing. They're MMA fighters. So when he wins, it's not like really an achievement. Everyone wants to see him win against an actual boxer, an actual pro boxer. We had the chance with Tommy Fury.
But do you not think if Jake Paul won against Mike Tyson, he would get credit?
No.
You don't think?
I don't think so.
But I think that's Jake Paul's brand, isn't it?
Because the thing is, for example, like, you know when Logan Paul says that he, like, won a few rounds against Floyd Mayweather. Like, I get it.
That fight sucked, though.
But that's what I mean. I think it's just going to be the same.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so I would like Jake Paul to win. I would like Jake Paul to win. Fair. And the only reason why is because since 2017, I've been watching both Jake and Logan Paul, right? Yeah. And they inspired me to do YouTube and go get your dreams, follow him, da-da-da-da. They did. Like, yeah. That was kind of... And then I got into the Sidemen, things like that. But who do I think is going to win? Definitely Mike Tyson. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it.
But obviously it's an expedition, so... Do we know who's going to win?
No. I think. Don't get me wrong. I think Jake Paul is definitely going to get some rounds in.
Oh yeah.
Because Jake Paul, he's definitely upgraded on his speed. Like he's got so much better with that. And I'm not going to lie. Oh, who did he knock out? It was. Oh, I can't remember who it was that he knocked out. The best knockout I've probably seen in a long time.
Who? What? Jake Paul?
Jake Paul knocked...
Was it the basketball player?
Oh, who was
the basketball
it?
one. Who's
No. It was Tyron Woodley. Was it Tyron Woodley?
Yeah, maybe. There was one where it was like bang straight down the canvas. That was
but the
basketball.
Thing is, what was like what I can say like he gets every credit for is he meant everything about it and he was very tactical about it, and that's what I like to see in a boxer. So for example, you could see in his eyes that he was showing Tyron Woodley that he was going for the stomach. He was going down for it, but he switched and came straight back up, and that's how he knocked him out, because the guy like Tyron Woodley immediately went to defend here and he just got him in an uppercut and he went straight down like a sack of shit.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, that stuff, I'm like, yeah, 100%. Like, Jake Paul is a good boxer. However, stop fighting MMA fighters, retired boxers or retired,
yeah, but Mike Tyson's different. I feel like maybe this is going to be... the fact that he's got on Netflix, it's free, it's a free fight.
Yeah.
You know, if it was an expedition, you had to pay for tickets and stuff and there's no fucking real winner.
Yeah.
Then I'll be pissed. But actually, you know, everyone's got a Netflix subscription. Like, not everyone, but it's going to... You know, it's kind of one of those things. But I think... I don't know. I would like Jake Paul to win because I think it kind of brings in this whole new element of, like... it would be crazy, and like, as in, I would like Jake Paul to knock Mike Tyson out. I think it'd be hilarious. I think it would be so hilarious. Know what?
If that happened, yeah, fair.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
fair.
I think, but then I think it's gonna go the full distance, and then it's just gonna be like, I won.
Yeah,
that's what it's gonna be.
I agree.
You know, But it's one of those things. But yeah, just wanted to touch on it because I feel like it's relevant. And yeah, but
no, 100%.
Anyway, I think we this is the end of our podcast.
Yeah.
But listen, we have had a fantastic time with you guys.
Yeah, man.
And if you're listening on Spotify, thank you for tuning in. And by all means, we are going to post. Is it every Friday? Every Friday we're posting, right? Every Friday we're posting on Spotify, and the video will come out on Saturday. Okay, so Friday is audio only, and then Saturdays is the video as well. So if you're listening on Spotify, by all means, come over on the Saturday and watch us on live as well. And yeah, we really appreciate every single one of you, and we hope that you have a fantastic week, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're gonna do this weekly, baby!
Woohoo!
Anyway,
I'm
love
so
you,
excited.
love you guys loads.
We love you,
Peace.
Plonkers.
I
Bye-bye.
love everyone. Bye bye.